inside the Now Morning Show, 33 minutes after 7 o'clock. Now, there are lots of apps, there are lots of platforms that you can go to do various things when it comes to social media. How many of them can get you jobs? Well, quite a few, but this morning we want to focus on the power of LinkedIn. And to do that, I want to welcome LinkedIn expert, Mr. Antonio Prescott. Good morning, sir. How are you doing?
Good morning. Thank you for having me and yourself.
Not a problem at all. I'm curious about LinkedIn, but before we get into the LinkedIn itself, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Okay, so LinkedIn is the power of social media. I utilize LinkedIn heavily where I help persons understand LinkedIn in its entirety. So LinkedIn, as some people may not know, it's Googleable. So you can search your name and the first link will show up on Google is your LinkedIn account. And that is amazing because that helps the SEO, which is the search engine optimization of yourself, building that robust personal brand.
Why is it that you're saying LinkedIn shows up first? Because like for me, if you Google my name, my website shows up first because of how the metadata is set up, right?
Okay, understand.
So I think that people can adjust it to suit. But why is it that happens with LinkedIn particularly?
So why it shows up first? Because you now have to optimize your profile. So you have to create a awesome banner, a bespoke banner, a professional picture, and also the content of the profile itself. So when you do that, then after your LinkedIn profile will show up. If you do not have that, it would not show up.
Right, exactly. Yeah. What are some of the important things that we need to make sure that we have in our LinkedIn profile?
Most important thing is your banner because that is something that most people are visual. We love aesthetic. So if you could take your LinkedIn banner and create it nicely where you could showcase, like for example, my banner, I have myself with my headphones and my laptop because I utilize it digitally. I train people different parts of the world. So your LinkedIn profile, most important, the professional photo, right? Headshot, your about section, it should be stating exactly how can you help someone, why should someone reach out to you, what is the value that you could share, and most important, your headline. That is basically where you be specific as to who or what you are serving in terms of niche market.
I think we were seeing on the screen there, Ruckus, the intro to creating a LinkedIn profile. So you have your name, you have your banner. So is that you're saying that the profile picture is different from the banner?
Correct.
Okay.
So your profile picture is your professional headshot,
right,
and your banner is something that you could be very creative. So for example, on your banner, you could have your picture, if it is you are a trainer, where you are training a team, you could put your email address, you could put your website, so you could be very creative with your banner because as someone goes on your profile, the first thing that they see is your banner because it's big.
Yeah.
But what's the difference between that on Facebook? Because for me, like you have a cover photo on Facebook, which is the same thing, your banner, you have your profile picture. So what makes LinkedIn different? Like so far, those same things are on both platforms. Even Twitter have a cover photo and profile picture.
The thing about it is that Facebook is more social. When you think about LinkedIn, it's more corporate. So on your social, which is Facebook, you would be creative. But on LinkedIn, you want to be creative because you are representing yourself and then you are trying to target what particular niche market. And it's that corporate world that you are trying to throw to you.
What is it about LinkedIn that makes the corporate world want to go there to find professionals? Because for me, like when I look through my Facebook, like I don't use it very often, but when I do go through, the people that I have as friends are all, let's say, corporate people, people who are movers and shakers in society, and I see their actual thoughts, not the professionally manicured version that we see on LinkedIn, but I actually see what they think about certain things. And for me, that's more valuable in terms of how do I get access to these people, or how do I get into rooms with these people to have job interviews, or whatever the case may be. So what makes LinkedIn so special compared to any other social media
But the
platforms?
great thing about LinkedIn is that you could go on LinkedIn and you could search who is the CEO of Republic Bank, who is the CEO of Tattle, and that creates now lead generation because everybody wants leads. So if it is that your pipeline is overfilled with leads, that equals now sales ratio. So the probability that you have 100 persons in your lead, the chances you could close 10. You have 1,000 people in your lead, the chances you could close 100. So the great thing about LinkedIn is that no other platform you could go and you could search someone and see what profession that they're in.
Now, you were talking about the corporate advantages to this. So then can LinkedIn be seen as a mini resume or a mini CV because it encourages you as well to post things like your education and stuff, right?
Well, the great thing about your LinkedIn profile, it's your digital resume. It gives a better understanding of you than your resume itself, which is a hard copy. So imagine you have audio events that you could host. It have LinkedIn Lives that you could host. And then like how we live right now, it actually shows what type of person I am. If I'm making mistakes, you build trust and credibility with your audience.
So somebody could be watching you right now and type in your LinkedIn profile to see exactly if what you're saying is really what you have on your resume.
Yes.
Ah.
And it gives you more understanding of that person. So more in detail, and then the videos, the content, because content converts into leads and leads convert into opportunities.
But it boils down to you having to take the time to still update your content regularly. I mean, every time you do something, you have to continuously update it. How do we keep up? Because we have so many of these platforms where you want to be able to showcase the work that you've been doing, right? So I know people who are artists, for example, who would post their stuff on Instagram, their work on Instagram. They would also post it on Facebook. They would also post it on LinkedIn. They would post it wherever they need to post it to get more traction, right? Like, I mean, how do we keep up with all? How do we just keep adding more to the list?
I always tell persons that if it is you want to really leverage in the B2B space, business to business, LinkedIn platform is the platform to be on. Everybody wants high-ticket paying customers to sustain their business and to grow their business. So when you really want to go that way, definitely you want to go on LinkedIn. And even LinkedIn offer a new feature that it's offering with small and medium businesses that they can advertise at a low rate. So they are trying to compete with Facebook and Instagram and all these other platforms. So it's 875 million users on LinkedIn that you can leverage. And you're not local, you're not regional, you're international. So you could be training someone in Malaysia, you could be training someone in Indonesia, you could work for someone remotely, because we've seen a lot of remote opportunities are being given right now.
So then so LinkedIn should be used if it works for your business. If it is Instagram and Facebook works, then you use that. But if it is LinkedIn, it works for you, then you use LinkedIn? Okay,
so let me explain this. So Facebook and Instagram is more B2C. Right. When it comes to LinkedIn, it's B2B. But as I mentioned, with the new feature now, LinkedIn offering where they actually have it cheaper for the small and medium enterprises. So they're trying to take the B2C market also too.
And in layman's terms, B2B,
right, so
and
B2B is business to business, and B2C is business to customer.
Yeah, correct.
What's the difference? Tell us.
Well, I mean...
Well, business to business. So, okay, for example, let's say TTT selling their products to Tattle, which is business to business, and let's say Tattle selling their products or services to a vendor at the side of the street, so business to consumer.
Right. I want to make sure, because I understand, I'm on LinkedIn, but I wanted to make sure that our audience knew as well.
Yeah, I mean, I just wonder, is it that we cutting out the middleman, or we want to re-include the middleman when you say B2B, right? Because if we go in, if I have a business that I can sell directly to consumers or customers, why would I want to go and sell to businesses? To get a bigger market, to get
and
wider
to grow.
Distribution?
Correct, and the whole idea is that when you start a business, you want to grow. So when you think about having 100 or 1,000 persons walking into your business, when it is you could have maybe 5 or 10 businesses that you supply on a regular basis, whether it be products or services, it will be more sustainable, and you will leverage more in terms of profitability.
How did you get into this LinkedIn thing so much?
Well,
you really like it.
Yes, I love it. I love it. The great thing about it is that I was able last year, September, to be interviewed by the content manager of LinkedIn in the UK, and I was given the option to be able to be in the beta testing program, which is testing the audio events, giving feedback as to the glitches, the advantages, the disadvantages. So when I say, like, Antonio, you actually reach where the content manager of the UK reach out to you. Yes, well, then after, you have to become an expert in LinkedIn. So that gave me the confidence, and then after, I just started LinkedIn every day and posting. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we like links in Trinidad and Tobago, so why not try LinkedIn?
Wow.
Correct. Yeah.
Antonio, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Welcome.
And congrats on this effort. I mean, thanks for coming and sharing with us.
Yes, you're welcome. Thank you very much for having me.
Not a problem. Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, we take a quick break and we come back with more. When we come back, we have a songstress in studio. And some friends. And some friends.